When you're done with ebony pencil shading on the skin of your eye drawing, remember the whole paper should be covered with ebony pencil, showing changes in value to show the texture. You're going to complete the bottom half of the exercise, and for that you're using chalk pastel. In the tray on your table, you need to find 3 colors: a light, a medium, and a dark color for this exercise. And then we're going to use black on the actual eye. I don't think I'll use the black on the exercise, but I'm going to start with my light. So I'm going to just assume, or not assume, but I'm going to decide that the light source is coming down from here, and that's where this circle, which is a flat shape, is going to change into a sphere. This side's going to be lighter where the light is shining. This side will be darker where the shadows will be. So I'm starting with my light color, and I'm going to leave a little bit of white space. That white is a white reflection of something light reflecting off something shiny, like the eyeball is shiny. So that can stay the white of the paper. And I'm going to take this light color past where I really want it to go, because there's going to be some overlapping. And then I'm going to take my medium color, and I'm going to take this farther down across the circle than I really want it to go. And last, my dark color, opposite of my light color. And I'm going to take that up around the sides a little bit, because there would be a shadow around the sides. And I'm going to use finger. So when we shade with ebony pencil, we don't use our finger to smudge ebony pencil. You just use ebony pencil to establish all the different values. But with charcoal and chalk pastel, you can use your finger to smudge it. So I'm going to start here at the bottom, and look at the direction my finger's going in. It's curved like the shape of that circle, which will now be a sphere. I'm going to take that all the way up towards the light color that I started with. And I can use another finger that's clean to blend gradually from the white to that yellow-orange color. I don't want there to be just a hard edge right there. So you have some chalk dust that'll be on your paper. Do not smudge it with your hand. Don't blow it across the table. Pick up your paper, tap it onto your newspaper so you have a little pile on your newspaper of chalk that you can get rid of later. So that is shading circle into a sphere. I'm now ready to use those colors. So you want to use the same colors on this exercise as you would like to use on your eyeball. Remember, you can pick any colors you want. So even if you drew human eye and you observed your eye in the mirror, you don't have to do the same colors. You can do any color you want. So I'm going to start here around the pupil. And in a circular motion, I'm going to add that light color. The lightest color is going to be closest to the inside, going into my medium color. It's going to look kind of like a bullseye right now, and I don't want it to look like that when I'm done. So I'm going to have to blend this together. And then going into my darkest color, farthest away, making sure I have a nice clean edge. Use a corner of that pastel to get a nice clean edge on the edge of the iris. So right now it's kind of streaky. I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to pull from the outside towards the middle. Because if you were to look at your eye in the mirror, you can see some texture, some colors next to other colors. And I've kind of covered up that red, so I'm going to pick up that red and actually add some lines on top of my blended pastel. And I'm going to leave those lines on there. I want to show that texture. Some lines with the darker pastel. So I have some texture. Again, tap on the newspaper, and it's time to go into pupil. So I'll take my black oil pastel, filling this in, and you could leave a little white space if you had a shiny reflection on your eyeball. Leave that the white of the paper. Take a finger and make that nice and clean and fill that in so I don't see any visible white paper. And now here's a little trick. I have some black oil or chalk pastel on my finger. The edge of the eye over here, there's going to be a shadow. So I'm going to use the pastel that's on my finger to put down on the paper instead of using that black chalk pastel. And I can use another finger to gradually blend it in. Now there's a shadow on the edge of the white. So it's not just flat white eyeball. That's adding color to your eye. When you are done, you can take an eraser, a white eraser, and try and clean up some of these fingerprints that are left behind. When you're done, you're going to place your eye drawing in your newspaper like a folder. And this, with your name tag attached onto your drawing, this will go onto the turn-in shelf when you are done.